Alright guys, here we are. Made up quite a few of these now. Trying to make a few to sell, so that yellow that's on there right now is it's a surface primer. Beige in colour, just so the next step's a bit easier when I base coat these all white. Anyway, let's get into it. So opaque white first up. Cover everything. Next up, it's going to be pearl white using Wicked. I'm going to go pearl white all to the lower half. Alright, so it's the pearl white on. I know you can't see it on camera. I'm going to do one with a polished gold across the shoulders, black over the top. This will pretty much come down with the gills, I would say, like level with the top of the gill. So that's that guy. I reckon the second one, what do we do? Second one I might do a little bit of yellow and blue with the black over the top. Let's do that. We'll go extreme. Light livery green, which is like a fluoro yellow. Or do I just use a yellow? I might just go yellow. Yeah, change my mind. Moon yellow. Solid yellow. Pretty much where that gold stopped will be yellow, then above that will be blue. A little bit of yellow in the gills. I'll come back over that with white after. Alrighty, for the blue we're going electric. Nice and bright. I've probably got my air pressure up too high, but that's what I'm running with. So I'm going to tilt it this way a bit so it travels down the overspray into the yellow. Just giving them some blue speckles. Let's pattern these back. We'll start with this one first, eh? So I'm just going to try and get some of this. It's an onion bag. Just got to stretch it over in some sort of uneven pattern. So I'm going pearl black and sort of try and keep that concentrated to just above that yellow. I'm gonna hit that with a hairdryer and then get that mesh off and do his back. Don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to try it. The chrome colour. This stuff comes out of the gun super quick. Circly pattern. Just going to come through and put some on his belly and on his gills. The last thing I'm going to do to that one, a quick blast of pearl white all over to tone everything down, blend it in a little. Except for his back. Might hit his back with a purple colour shift. Purple, green. Let's go green. So this is just pearl white. Put a little bit of that down his spine. I reckon he'll look pretty good with a set of eyes and a clear coat. Put a bit of that green into the gills as well. Colour shifts are hard to get on the camera, eh? It's a blue-green. You can see the blue there, green there. Oh, let's get this other guy going. So we're going the exact same method. I might use an opaque black on this one though. It's craft store acrylic mixed up with some homemade thinners. I might try and keep this one super high and keep this one a pretty clean pattern, mainly white. I'll give that a quick heat set and we'll rip that off. Darken up his back. That looks pretty good though. Might leave him like that actually. Darken around his eye. I'll do that with a couple of black speckles on him. So just the end of a paintbrush. Snapped off obviously. Dip it in your paint. Yeah, I think that's going to do him. But I'm going to put a tiny bit of purple colour shift through that. So that's purple, blue, orange, gold. Yeah, that's him. Done. I'm going to clean down a bit and get these guys ready for eyes and clear coat. Just change my mind on something and put a bit of blood in his gills. Where did I just put that water? Lose my marbles. So, small brush. One drop, this is scarlet red. One tiny drop of red. Straight up water. Probably about twice to 3 times the amount of paint. So that's super runny. So heat set it, so it dries fairly faint. I'll do the other one too while I've got the red mixed up. Alright, let's glue some eyes in. So 5-minute epoxy. Don't know whether I've gone through this in a video yet, but I'll leave holographic vinyls. Just cut multiple different size circles, stick them together. Literally sit there and watch TV, sticking vinyl together. If you want coloured eyes, you just paint it. I might leave that section in where I was just painting these orange ones, but I may not. The only hard part is getting them in the actual lure. Make sure you get lots of epoxy in there so it squeezes out around the eye. Try not to leave any big air bubbles in there. Alright, drop the glass eye in. Tiny bit of colour shift on the pupil of that one. Paint it on with the hand brush. Oh, it's just black holographic, opal iris, satin black pupil. I'll let that set up. I'll flip them over and stick the other side in. Alright, time to pull these guys apart and get them ready for clear coat. So, as per my normal practices, I've mixed the clear coat up, let it sit for 10 minutes. So these pins I've got in them are just very gently wedged in there. So I'll do one clear coat, then I'll come back through, put the tails in, clear coat again, tails and hardware actually. So that's the heads, they're ready to go. They just stay on these. And all the tail pieces get put onto these. Turn that sideways. I know a lot of you out there are probably seeing me put my fingers all over these and I'm getting a bit worried, but I haven't had any issues yet. It'll happen one day though. And for this piece where the tail goes, I drill a tiny hole, not very deep, and then just put a little nail into it so I can hold onto it. Alright, as soon as that timer goes off, I'm ready to clear coat. What do you think about those eyes? It's the first time I've hand painted one of them. Alright guys, that other camera died, so I'm going to have to use my phone. Don't know what the colour's like on this one, it might be a little bit different, but it's going to have to suffice. So the main purpose of this is to fill up all the scales. So I do put it on pretty thick on the scales, just try and fill them up. And then when I come back through and do the second coat, it's pretty much a finish coat to flatten it all. So I just cut up some polycarbonate tails, sanded them so you can't see through them, or close to not being able to see through them. Now we're going to paint them up. Tiny bit of pearl white. So the only thing I'm doing here, every single stroke I make's from the center outwards. So it's tiny, tiny bit of gunmetal. Alright, and that is going to be the tail for that one. Just grab these off the turner. It's been a few days, I got a bit busy doing other stuff, so it's been 3 days since I've worked on these. I'm just going to get the hardware and whatnot in them now, glue the tails in, finish the tails off, and then put their second clear coat on. It's a fairly crude method of what I'm about to do. Just Drawing on the spines. A couple of little indents in it to help the glue stick to it. So same again, I'm fairly generous with the clear coats. Always double check, make sure you haven't missed a spot. Alright guys, here we are at the tail end of it. So they've been on the turner for the second round of clear coat. Then I've let them sit there for 2 or 3 days to fully harden up. Time to put them together. Alright, stay tuned for the montage. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this one up. Hope you all enjoyed. I've got 7 of these painted up, you just seen in that montage. I'm going to put them up for sale on my Facebook page. I'll put a link down below to find that page, but yeah, preferably Australian people because the freight overseas is crazy. I reckon these would go pretty good for cod, Murray River cod. They'll also go good in the salt, jewfish, big flathead. So they were 155mm long, nose to tail tip, 135 to the body. They weigh roughly 55 grams with the hooks on, depending on hooks. If you change your hooks out, obviously they're going to change a little bit, but so they're a very slow sink in the salt water. Still sink in the freshwater obviously, but a little bit quicker because freshwater is less dense than salt. So yeah, they've all got the option there to have a chin weight. I might actually buy some chin weights and supply them. I'll probably use Baramba chin nuts because they're pretty good quality twist-ons. Who wants a sneak peek at the next video? I already started stuffing around with it. Micro frog, 42 millimeters. Alright, cheers guys, thanks for watching. Catches.